It's Brian with AUTOMAGIC Fishing. How are you guys doing today? Hopefully you're having a good one. I'm gonna go have myself some fun here. I'm gonna get down to the river. Wanted to tell you guys though, a little update for me before I head down to the river and go get on some fish. I made a little bit of a change in my life. My little sweetheart that I've been with for a long time, I decided to try something new. So I got a new sweetheart, and we're gonna see how she rolls for a little while and see if it works out. You're probably asking, what in the heck is going on? What are you talking about? Well, let me show you. Got my same rod here. It's my nice 10'6" bobber rod. Look at that little sweetheart. Brand new Shimano Curado. It's a 301. Man, look at that, you guys. And you know what? I'm not trying to put down or diss my old reel, but you know, I have 3 of them. The Curados. Well, I mean, I have 3 of the Tranks reels. Here's my old one. This here's my old sweetheart right here. One of them's in for service, and however that turns out, I'll probably send my others in to get cleaned and serviced too. But while I was waiting to deal with it and get it serviced, I ordered a new Curado 301, and that's it. We're gonna see. Go see if she's fishy. Anyways, hey, another thing, just a quick shout out. You know, there's a lot of folks that subscribe to my channel, and I really appreciate it. But Nicholas, I want to say, hey Nicholas, hey buddy, thank you for watching all of my shows. You're always watching my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. So this one's for you. I hope we go out and get some big fish, okay? All right guys, we got a couple rods, we got a net, we got a trail down to the river. Man, one of my spots I really like, and there's nobody parked here. Now if I can get down this trail without dying, I'll probably catch some fish. Most likely. Just gotta sneak my way down and don't get slippery. Ooh, how do I do this without dying? That is a slick Momo, I think I should come back here maybe and have maybe bring some gravel and a shovel. And I gotta sneak my way down using this net as a cane and just take it one little step at a time so I don't freaking slip and hurt myself. Whew. Careful, it's slippery. And then just toss these rods down there as I go, I guess. This is a good note to self for all those old boys out there that are too scared to climb these trails. It's probably smart for you to do what you're doing and not go. But this is showing you that it's possible. I've got one knee that's already had to be replaced. Metal knee on my right. And my left knee is going out. Probably going to need to be replaced soon. But here we go. Here we are. I'm going to catch a fish. Yeehaw! All right, guys. I'm gonna give you a very small pro tip. I wouldn't even know if I'd call it a pro tip. Just a tip. Okay. Now I showed you guys at the beginning of the video this new little reel that I'm going to run. But what I wanted to tell you, for those people that are, look at this, see how I'm holding it? For those brand new people that don't know much, beginners, this is a Curado. And this says a 301 Curado. So that just means that this reel is a 300 series size, If it was a 300 and not a 301, the crank would be on this side. But if you want a left-handed crank like I like, you want to have a 301. The one indicates the left. Well, let me get some bait on this fishing rod and get it out there fishing, see how many casts it takes to catch a fish. Always have a little scissors for cutting up bait. Scissors works a lot better than a knife. Anybody that wants my opinion, there it is. And then I'm gonna just, you know, I haven't tried this new egg yet that I've got, so I'm gonna give it a try. It's a little bit different cure than what I normally do. And then I like to keep my lid on there so I don't get much of rain on it. Just gonna give this a try. Got my drag rag with me. Ooh, first cast, smooth. Okay, I'm dragging bottom a little bit. That's okay. You guys see that bobber out there? Yeah, definitely dragging bottom. Should probably adjust my bobber stop a little bit up. Oh, so far this little girl, this little sweetheart she's smooth, man. We'll see how she does fighting a fish here in a second. We'll put that out in that far slot. Sometimes there's some fish right there. Let's see, I'll probably get snagged up. Haven't fished this hole yet this year. Bring it in and try again. Highly likely too that all the fish that were sitting in here have already been bumped, been messed with. Now, I don't know if you can, probably can't tell in the video, but one of the big reasons that I like a level wind is because I can really control the cast, and then as it's going down I can let line out if I want. I've got the thumb released on it, so I don't have to sit there with my second hand and constantly oh that might have been a fish. That looked kind of close. No more bait, could have been one. I'm gonna get rebaited and try again. This reel hasn't been tuned yet, so here's how you tune it. When you push down on this right here, push down, it releases that spool, so it lets it all go for free. But what you want it to do is slowly let that bobber go down easy. So to tighten it, you turn this thing towards you a little bit and turn it until it kind of gets that a little tighter. Oh, that really needed to get adjusted. There. Alright, so watch now. A little bit, it's got a little drag to it now, which is what I want. So it barely goes down. You guys see that? Watch this. A lot slower. That's how you got to tune it. If not, you wind up having a rat's nest in your line. Well, sometimes you do. If you really know what you're doing, you could get away with it, but it's not for the beginner to try to get away with that. Alright, we're going to try a little mix. Got two different ones here. Just going to put them both on there all together and see what it catches. The other thing, I don't know if it's a true thing or if it's just me, but I don't like an egg. That first cast hardly ever gets a fish. I like to have it soaked in the river water for Just a second or two. I don't want it to be that milked out when they see it. I think it spooks them being that milky with the hook. A lot of times these fish will just sit right there, just below that big rapids. They'll just be right down in here. So far I like this reel. It's pretty smooth. Haven't hooked a fish, so I don't know how it handles them. We will see. It casts nice. Manages the line very well. If you guys know anything about salmon fishing, that's important. I'll try a different rod and see what else is going on in this hole. We'll put this girl up. She's been up to bat quite a bit, so I'll give her a chance, but if she doesn't put out, she doesn't put out. We'll try the spinning rod. This thing might work. You gotta just try stuff, you never know. Alright, so this spinning rod's set up, it's called drift fishing. Basically you're not using a bobber, you're just using some weight, and then you're using a leader and maybe a corky and yarn. Ooh, I might have had a fish there. Dang, probably should have been paying better attention. Anyway, people call it drift fishing. I like to call it bump fishing because you're bumping the bottom. Periodically you can see my rod tip just kind of bumping. And I'm feeling the bottom, and then once in a while when the fish bites it, you'll feel it just kind of do that little bit harder bump, or sometimes they just grab it and it stops, and then you got to kind of set the hook. So the other thing, right, you can see I've got a corky on here. Now this is kind of old and grody. Oh, there's a fish. I just saw a fish jump. That is a good sign, guys. Let's see if we can get him to bite me. It's possible a pod, like a fish pod, may have come in here. And if that's the case, you know, fish aren't sitting in one, they don't stay in one spot. Like, they're not setting up shop and staying, they're moving. So they're coming up in through this hole and they're going to keep going up river. I can't get him to bite on this. I might switch back over to my bobber now that I see something has migrated upriver to me. Alright guys, so here's what I got so far. Got my 2 bobber stops above on my main line. I got 2 beads, the top bead being a very small hole so that it stops on these bobber stops, and then 1 more bead. I forgot my large corky that I usually do. I'm just gonna go with it. And here I've got a large diameter inside bead hole and another really tight bead hole here. And then I'm going to do 2 more bobber stops below the bobber. And I really, normally, that last time when I snagged, I guess I snagged, normally that stops me from losing my bobber, because if I have a bobber stop below everything, then even if I break off, it stops that bobber from going downriver. These are pretty slick little bobber stops. They also make them in the green, like these things here. Those are also bobber stops that work. I just like these. They're a little bit better in my opinion. Need to grab a couple weights for my new leader that I'm going to put on. And it's like I need to Put one of these on there, and I need to get a snap swivel to tie into. That's one thing I forgot. I was gonna get some snap swivels when I was on my way here, and I forgot. So, the way I do it is I double up this braid. Most of the time that keeps that knot from breaking. So I double up the braid and I use a double line there to tie into my snap swivel. I just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is plenty, 5 or 6. And then you do an improved cinch knot, so you go through that loop and then back through that loop you just made. Make sure you lubricate everything with some spit. It just kind of makes the knot cinch down a little bit better. And I pull on my 2 tag ends and then cut them off. I usually give myself about 1/4 of an inch and then cut it. There we go. Just like that. Now, it got me a little weight that I'm going to hook onto the end of this. Wherever did it go? Put it in my pocket. There it is. I guess this is more of a how to catch fish tutorial than actually showing you that I am catching fish. Sorry about that. Next thing I need to do is put my leader and hook, and I'll be ready to fish. One of the nice things about having to retie once in a while is it gives that fishing hole a chance to rest for a second. If those fish felt a little bit tormented by me, then it kind of gives them a break from it and they're not so freaky, not so scared of everything. So here we go. I'll tie this on. When I tie my leader, I don't like to go with these end lines. I don't like to tie into the bottom. So if you're making these weights, for me, one of these is fine. You don't need it on both sides. You can save yourself that swivel, because I always tie in right here. So if you're watching and you make weights, this is how I do it. And that way it just kind of drags off to the side. And there's a big reason I do it that way too. Okay, because a lot of times when I'm fishing, I like to drag my weights, my little split shots, I like to drag like when the water's kind of fast. I'll put these split shots down here and I'll drag them. Sometimes I'll even drag this main weight. And if you're dragging your main weight, chances are your knot on here is going to get damaged. Cast over cast over cast. If you're bumping this main weight at all, you're going to fatigue that knot. And like you see right here, that knot's going to get damaged and then you're going to lose fish from that. But most people don't think like I do, and they just kind of tie it in like an inline weight, so it's tied like right there. And for you guys, that's why they usually put these second swivel in the bottom. Not me though. I'm about ready to put some eggs on here and go try to catch that fish. I'll turn the camera back on when I'm down there casting. So far this little sweetheart reel is doing good. I'm not sure what the crank ratio is on it, I don't remember, but for some reason it really feels like I gotta crank a lot to get it back to me from downriver. So that's the only thing that is sticking out in my, that's different for me than the tranks. And I might be wrong, but I don't think so. Wow, I'll be. I keep running it right down that middle. That's where those fish like to sit. I do not want to run out of time though and not be able to fish that other spot because I stayed here too long. So we could be cutting it off here in a second. Very possible. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna move. This doesn't seem to be working. This is more of a travel lane, not a stack up lane. So we will go try my other location. It's close by to see what we can come up with. That's a good way if you don't know the river. Just go when you think it's going to be a busy day. Just drive the highway and look and see where people park. Chances are if you come back and there's nobody parked there, just go down and park. Go see what's down there. You might surprise yourself what you find. Oh, a thing I was gonna say was, part of going fishing for me in the afternoon, like at this point in the game for me, I don't feel like I have to prove anything to anybody. I know I can catch fish. And if you guys have seen any of my other videos, you guys know it too. Part of it is maybe being lazy by not getting up early to ensure my best chances of catching fish. But coming out here in the afternoon like I'm doing, I probably won't get to the river until after 12. Part of that is like, you know, it's a little bit more of a challenge. It's a little bit more difficult to fish like fishing holes that may have been completely pounded by fishermen all day, all morning. So these fish have been caught already and either kept or caught and released, or they've seen, you know, probably 1,000 casts or 1,000 different presentations as it's come through. So I don't have a high percentage chance of catching fish. I would say in general, whoever came fishing would not have a very high percentage chance of getting a fish. But that's kind of exciting to me to kind of up the odds for the fish, see if I can still make something happen. I'm just about to where I want to fish, so I better get off of here and go park somewhere. We'll see you here in a second. Alright guys. The only part I don't like about this is trying to get down here to these spots with wet leaves. If you don't have a net or you don't use a net and you still want to have more stability, they got those hiking sticks. Those work pretty good. And that's what I would recommend if you need something. That's what I would recommend. See one guy fishing my fishing spot. I don't know if he knows where the fish are or not. Okay, here we are. Let's see if this fishing hole will work for me. We'll see. You never know. Oh, water's moving. Might have to switch to bump fishing. It's pretty fast. Gotta find bottom, you guys. Find it and then work your way back up 6 to 10 inches. That's a good way to work it. Should be there. if it's not there, at least it'll be able to catch some fish at that depth, I think. There we go. See that going slower? Just a hair. There we go. Whew, might have been there. God, I don't know. That might have been a fish, but it didn't seem to take any of my gear or my stuff. It's Sean, guys. I'll get up here so he doesn't break me off or cut me off. I'll walk down a sec. Try to not get stuck in these rocks. Okay, there he is. See him? He's big, I think. I think he's a big fish. Yee-haw! Huh? Right here. Feels like it. I'd like to not have him get in this problem area. Try to keep him out of that. Here we go. Nice fish. This reel seems to be working. I'm gonna let him run me upriver a little bit. Maybe do some fishing judo on him. If he goes upriver, then I'll be able to land him easier. He doesn't know it, but I'm tricking him. Come on up. I think I got him landed right here, probably. He's probably a little bit, maybe dark. Wow, he's good though. He's running me upriver. That's a good sign. That's good. Oh, this is fun. Hope I don't run out of battery on this guy. My net's right there if you want it. It's right here. I think I've got him, but like he's heavy. He's a Chinook. All right, here he comes. I think he's about there. Right there. Oh, yep. Nice, nice. Oh, she's pretty big though. Thank you. All right, guys, check it out. Not a bad fish. It's a nice fish. I'm gonna put it back though. Let her go and do her thing. Make some babies, all that good stuff. Right in the corner of the mouth. All right, you want to put it underwater and do a little underwater?
Can I just put it?
You stand right there and stick it underwater and point it at her. Never mind. She had enough of me. Thank you, sweetheart. And it broke in my new reel, so that's a good deal. Thank you. I think that probably there's some resident salmon that hang out. And then every morning the people that show up here early, they probably catch catch half of them or all of them, including the fresh ones. There probably are not as many freshies available in the afternoon.
Which way you want me, down or below you?
Oh, wherever. I'm gonna end up letting it go. 'Cause it's not a fire truck yet, but it's kind of dark. Maybe I might even keep him in the water the whole time, but yeah, it's like a dark coho. He's like getting grabbed in the butt. Come on. Plenty of stuff you have happen. I sure hope I don't snap your lamina glass.
It's okay.
I've done that before.
It's okay. Here you go. Oh, nice.
He's having too much fun with me still.
Nice.
Yeah. That's just a big old coho. Alright guys, get a close-up of this beauty. You see that? Just gorgeous. Big old buck.
Bye.
You can see it in the teeth line, how it's open mouth, it's a black mouth, but with the teeth and gums is white. And yeah, we're just kind of going to let him get his wits about him and let him, as soon as he decides to leave me, that's when he gets to go. Thank you, appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Sorry that's such a low lit closing of my video. Basically, I just kept fishing until it got a little too dark for me to want to stay at the river, and I packed up and heading home. Thanks for going with me today. It was fun to take you guys along and show you some fishing, and hopefully you guys will have a chance to go out and find some adventures for yourselves soon, or maybe you're already doing it, so good on you. Anyway, adios, till next time, talk to you later.